Hello everybody, this is Pete from PA Labs, and today we're going to be hitting Chapter 13 of our arcade book, and this is the chapter, in my opinion, that things get to be fun. Okay, we start actually building something that does something, and it's cool, and you can go, hey wife, come look, or husband, come look, bring your kids over to look and say, oh dad, that's cool. Okay, so, for example, our first video is this. We have this cool little fuzzy blue ball that is bouncing off our walls, and it's kind of going slow, and all he's doing is just kind of bouncing around just like you would expect him to, kind of like a Pong. Yeah, it probably wouldn't take too much to put a slider bar on either side and map a collision that causes it to bounce back and slowly get faster and faster. So, let's see how we do this, huh? This is where stuff gets fun. Alright, now, let's see. We got all the standard junk at the top. We got our clear color, we got our use PNG decoder, so we're going to load an image in from the ball. Okay, so let's first come over here and look at the structure of Chapter 13. You have images, and let's see, if I open this in Paint, yeah, look at that. So we have this cool little fuzzy ball. And he has black surrounding it. So he's going to convert black to be alpha. Alright, and then we have these other cool things. So this is movement, believe it or not. So if you notice, we got up and down and vertical and horizontal, and then we have the diagonals. Alright? So you're going to see that roll, which is cool looking when we get to those. Okay, so we load our sprite in. So we have our sprite ID. We get the width and height of our sprite, so we know what is his size. And then we have X and Y direction. And speed, we could speed this booger up, huh? Or maybe... let's just speed him up. Alright, so, and then we begin our graphics loop here, and we clear the screen and we display our sprite at X and Y. Alright, so then we take X and say X minus speed, and we take, if direction is 0, okay, and this is moving left. Otherwise, we add the speed, and so that's controlling the x-coordinate plane. And then we have if x is greater than, I would assume they should have said equal or greater than, but that's okay. Screen width minus sprite width. Okay, so remember, when you're looking at the x-coordinate, that is the upper left corner of the image. Okay, so we're saying, okay, if he hits the right edge, so we got to move that upper left coordinate to the right side, and see if that's hit. If we hit the left edge, then we flip our direction to 1. Alright, now we're moving up. We subtract speed, and if we're moving down, we add speed. And then we have, if you hit the screen height, the top of the screen, or we hit the bottom of the screen, then we change directions again. And then at the very bottom, we're going to press any key to quit. Now this isn't one of the ones, yeah, alright. So I noticed on these that this text is mighty small. So look how much faster our ball's going now at 4. He's just zipping right around, isn't he? That's kind of cool, actually. I like that kind of stuff. All right, so if we came up here and defined a font, and let's give him 6, and then I can say load font, whoops, hit the right key, font Consolus, and let's put it to like 15 and bold. How about that? Alright, now I've defined this font, and if you want, you can define any font on your system by doing this. So now let's come down here and see, we start drawing. We can say drawing font, yes, is font, whoops, font ID of this, there. So now we're going to need to bump this up a little bit, otherwise it's going to write off the screen. So now let's take a look at this. Isn't that much bigger and prettier? In Pete's world it is. So notice that the ball goes behind our text. Isn't that cute? We ought to have it hit our text and bounce off the text. We could do that, you know. Okay, so really cool. Love that example. And now it gets funner. Okay, so now we're going to have a structured automation. So now things are going to start warming up a little bit. We're going to pull out those brain cells that you packed away from numerous videos ago where we had our structure. And we're going to have a structure of, he did this again. A structure is a singular. The array or list is the plural. Okay. So what we will do, I'm going to fix this because I can't deal with things that are named wrong. It's a big habit. Oh, that was the only place. Okay, cool. Let's see if that's true. So that's not true. We needed it to be this, didn't we? And I got a feeling it's going to be a whole slew. Replace all. Yeah, 33 matches. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this first. Okay, we turned him into a singular. Now look at that. Now notice everybody's going different speeds. Everybody's doing different directions. Kind of cool, isn't it? Alright, so let's see how he did it. So he has this ball. They have an XY. He's tracking the current position, direction, whether he's going left to right or up and down, and the guy's speed. So then he's creating 50 balls, and okay, if add element doesn't equal 0, that's making sure you added a record. He's randomizing screen width minus sprite width and screen height minus sprite height. So we're going to put the ball arbitrarily on the screen. We're going to randomize the direction of X and Y, and we're going to randomize the speed. Yeah. Come on, let's speed it up. And then we're going to display our window. We're going to go through defining stuff. We're going to come down here and we're going to display the transparent sprite. Here it is. Okay. So for each balls, so he's going to spin through our list of balls, and he's going to display the ball on the screen. And then he's going to do all of that same code we did before of moving it along the X and Y direction. But this time we're going to be using the speed of the ball, and we're going to be using the position of the ball and the direction that particular ball is going. And then we're going to come down here and say press any key to... Alright, we'll just let that slide. So we can fire that off, and now it's even going faster. Isn't that cool? Okay, so what would be the next logical step to this program? The next logical step would be to, let's track when a ball hits another ball. Wouldn't that be neat? And I think that is our next exercise. So, let's see. Maybe not. Let's see. Timed. Oh no, we're still playing with the animations. That's the next chapter. Okay. I gotta fix it again. Sorry. It's bigger than I am. And it only takes a second, so that's okay. It makes no sense to me why somebody would name a structure of an individual item as a plural, and then the list of that item as a singular. Just doesn't make sense. Okay, so we are... he's loading in our ball frames now. So we have frame 1 and frame 2. Frame 1 is the cross. Frame 2 is the diagonal. So when you iterate between those, what do you think you're going to get? Let's see. Well, all right. Fix that. There we go. Now look at those things. And oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's printing them both together. Doggone it. He was supposed to separate that. Oh, well. We'll do that in another exercise. So what he's doing is he's got the ball X and Y, same basic structure as before. And this time, instead of displaying one image, he's actually displaying both images. So you have kind of a wagon wheel look to these. And it's the same program, only we've changed the graphics. Looks pretty cool. So what you could do, we could come in here and say, we would have to put a counter. Yeah, that's not worth it. All right, never mind. I was going to try to figure out a way that we can do this. Well, all right. I'm challenged by myself. Count. Whoops. Okay. Count +1, and this is balls count. Okay. And now what we can do is say if mod count 2 equals 0. Alright, and I will explain this. Okay, so this is using a math function called modulo, or something to that effect. What it does is identify if you take a number, and for this instance I'm iterating the count of count, okay, balls / count, and adding 1 to it, and then I say if I divide balls count by 2, is the remainder 0? So basically I'm asking for this if it's even or odd. So when it's even, when it equals 0, we're going to display ball frame 1, and when it's odd, we're going to display this one. We're not going to do both of them together, so you're going to lose your wagon wheel. But we should have the illusion that the wheels are rolling, I would think. Oh, crap. I guess I hit the wrong character. I need that to be a dot. Habitat. Okay. Now what? Oh, the sprite is not initialized. Sprite 0, sprite width 0. What are you doing? Oh, I bet you. Okay. Images ball frame 1. So you're 0 and you're 1. Oh, this is the load. Dadgummit. I put it on the wrong thing. Okay, hold on. I was making an assumption that that was where we displayed it to the screen, and I didn't look. I was more focused on doing the modulo piece of this. Okay, and let's take this in hand, and we can come down here and display. There you go. So you're displaying a frame. So random 1. So I don't want to do that. Hold on. I'm going to break code everywhere. So you're going to be 0. This is why I don't like this. So what he's doing here is saying 0 and 1 is this 0 and 1, which I kind of object to, but that's okay. So we're going to say you're okay because you're just getting the width. They're both the same width. And we come down here, and you're going to say display frame 1, and you're going to do I did do that as 1 and 2, did I? I didn't do it as 0, 1. Nope, I did it as 1 and 2. Good, okay. So then, yeah, that might work. Oh, didn't put it in the, oh, yeah, I did. Here we go. Frame 1. Frame 2. So now we've put it back into the structure so our fields exist. And okay. Oh. If we're on frame move to 1, that's what you were trying to do. That didn't work, dude. Some of these are tweaking. I can see some of them tweaking, but not good enough. We're going to have to do that on a... well, never bother. Never mind. All right. That's okay. This is fine. All right, let's move on to the next one and see what we're doing here. Okay, this one, it looks better. That's what we were trying to get to. See how those are spinning inside there? That's a great one right there. He's just tracking right along, spinning like a beat in the band. So that's causing it to spin properly. Whoops, I gotta quit clicking that. I gotta hit escape. We haven't done mouses and stuff like that. Okay, so how did he do that down here? So he defined frame timer. That's the problem with my other one. It's too fast. Remember how fast it counted to 6,000. Our eyes can't see how fast he's changing it. So he's putting in a 30-second delay. We could, or 100 random. Why would you do that? Why not just have them all rolling the same? Okay, let's say 130. 120. Let's see if that is a... Okay, so we can see them all rolling now. Not just some of them. Okay, cool. All right. Up to you. You can play with that. This is the rolling of the 2 frames. You can mess with the speed. You can mess with all kind of stuff here. So, but that's we're at the beginning of doing animation. So this is how you make things move. All right. Now, if you notice, those are in our perception is those wheels are spinning, even though we know they're not. Our eyes can't tell the difference. So, pretty cool, I think. But that is the end of Chapter 13. We're combining messing with structures. We're spinning our structure. We're creating 50 instances of our structure, loading them into a list. And then we're coming down here and we're displaying the list. We're spinning the list and writing them to the screen. And then we're calculating new values for what's going on. And that's it. So, you now know how to do animation. We're going to get fancier when we get to the game on this structure, because he's going to be self-contained with all kinds of stuff. He's got it. Oh, he already added it in here. I didn't see that. So he's got his frame timer. So each guy is keeping up with his own time. That kind of stuff. So as always, I want to say thanks for watching.